Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sideline. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Donovan Mitchell.
And, guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. And it's Wade in at the small forward. And for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1 spot. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now, here's Garland. Mobley kicks to Garland. Mobley a screen on Edwards. And here's Garland for 3. And rebounded by McDaniels. Randle against Mobley. Chalk up 2 there.
And how about the touch there inside? And that's where Randle likes to get the ball, and you can see why.
To the inside. And slam dunk by Allen.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
Mitchell's shot is good.
And Mitchell is a confident scorer, including from downtown.
And so it's Randle bringing it up now for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 3-point game. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. 2 teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
This is a potential finals preview, as good as it gets early in the season.
Now here's Wade. Following the miss by Julius Randle. Wade on the wing. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Clock at 4. Pulls up on the wing. Garland, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Randle, no good.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland, said that he was a sponge growing up listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. He taught me at a young age to change gears to keep defenders off balance. Kevin?
And he's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
That free throw, no good. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Conley's checked in. Then for the Cavaliers, George Niang comes in for Jarrett Allen. And it's LeVert in for Wade. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
Mitchell's shot is good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Some changes for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Edwards. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Dante DiVincenzo. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Outside Conley. And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
That free throw good from Randall. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Daniels, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Now, here's LeVert. 9 points last game out. Allen with the screen for Garland. Here's Niang. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, that's a nice hustle play, but boy, it drives a coach crazy to concede second chance point.
Garland against Conley. Here's McDaniels, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
And when McDaniels is hitting this, look out, because it opens up everything else for him offensively.
Garland feeling it out a little bit. Screen by Niang. Garland, no good.
Well, he can't get anything to go right now. It's time to look at affecting the game in other ways.
Pass to McDaniels. Reed with a screen on LeVert. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Cavaliers lead by 3. And we'll be back right after this. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Stan, I could talk about coaching with you from morning till night, but what's the most difficult part of coaching that maybe the average fan doesn't know about?
Well, there's probably a lot of things like that, Kevin, so I'll just give you one. When you're coaching a star player who's on the decline a little bit, in his own mind, he's still that guy he was in his best years, but you have to limit his role, not get him as many shots, things like that, and there can be some tension, and it's with a guy that you have huge, huge respect for.
That's a great example. Coaching an aging star. Very different. On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. They've got Jared Allen. Niang out there with LeVert. Then it's Max Strus, and it's Jerome in at the point guard position. Dean Wade, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And the free throw drops for LeVert. So for the Timberwolves, their last game a win against the Knicks in New York. Outside Conley. A three-pointer off the mark.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
LeVert lays it up off the glass. LeVert's got the lead up to 6 now for the Cavs.
Due to that aggressive style of play on the offensive end, LeVert is kind of just used to contact at this point.
Now here's Conley. No scoring in this one. Bangs home the trifecta.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Here's Jerome. Pass to Strus. Nailed from three-point land.
Dead-eye shooting from them this quarter.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Mars is checked in. Garland is checked in for the Cavaliers. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Yeah, well, once things start going in that direction, regaining your composure defensively is not easy to do.
Now, here's LeVert. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Allen passes to Wade. Now, LeVert. Allen trying to break free. Second chance shot. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Stolen by Allen. And Allen with the slam.
You really got to hit Allen if you want to stop him. Just so long and strong from there.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Now, Alexander Walker. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. The Timberwolves working the ball around them. It's good.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. It's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. Cleveland also making some changes. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Allen. Max Strus comes in for Karis LeVert. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Ty Jerome. There's a minute 40 left to play here in the half. Garland against DiVincenzo. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Thompson sets the pick for Mitchell. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Randall outside. Garland against DiVincenzo. Three-pointer, Randall. Drains it from beyond the arc. Randall's got 7.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Strus against McDaniel. Pass to Mitchell. Strus a screen on Edwards. Tries from 10. Great D that time from Edwards.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Oh, Edwards! Well, Edwards is such a strong player. Skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Wade left side. Thompson in the corner. 6 to shoot. Pass to Mitchell. Over Edwards. Again, Mitchell missing. Left side, Edwards. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Here's Garland, picks one up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Timberwolves have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And he can't get the first one. And the Cavaliers making a change here. And he sinks the second. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Cavaliers on top. They lead by 2. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Get ready for the big half-court shot. Drums, please. The shot. Let's hear it for the participants.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our mid-season Eastern Conference standings.
You look at Cleveland. I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny. You can't, because I'm right. 2 + 2 is 5.
And as much as it pains me, I have to agree with Big Fella.
And moving on to the Timberwolves now, they're in the midst of a close game.
They're not showing enough fight defensively. Take some pride in getting some stops. This is when your leader has to step in and say something.
Yeah, tough to beat a team that's shooting double nickels from the field. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Here's Randall. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Now, here's Wade. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. Mitchell against Edwards. Allen, a screen on Edwards. To the middle. Shot clock at 6. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Flushed by Allen there. What I love about him, he's a center and he's not trying to be a guard. He knows who he is.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Edwards. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Allen's got his 4th rebound in this one. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Mobley sets the pick for Wayne. Off target with his 3. Timberwolves trail by 4. here is McDaniel. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. Here's Edwards. The muscle from Edwards. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu was a big part of what we did in Orlando, was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Conley now comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Cleveland with a change here too. LeVert's checked in for Dean Wade. 1:39 left in the third. Mobley sets the pick for LeVert. It's stolen by Randall. Here's Alexander Walker. LeVert defending. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Cavaliers. Pass to Allen. Cleveland moving the ball around. Garland the pass to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Sweet move. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And we've seen Mitchell go up against much larger defenders throughout his career. And the reason he makes it look so easy is because of that 6'10" wingspan. Keep in mind, he stands at 6'1", but that's incredible length at his height.
And the first one drops. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed comes in for Rudy Gobert. And it's Joe Ingles in for McDaniel. And Mitchell drops them both. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
All right, guys, it's dance time. Get ready to dance like everyone's watching.
A different look now for Cleveland. Niang comes in for Mobley. And it's Ty Jerome in for Garland.
Jerome.
There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Conley, the pass to Reed. Back to Conley. Pass to Randall. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Mitchell. 11 points in the game. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Ingles against LeVert. And he converts the layup. LeVert's got 7 points in the game.
And got to push LeVert out of that area because he's very comfortable looking to score from there.
Randall surveying the D. 11 seconds left to play in the third. Just 5 on the clock. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here.
I love seeing a player pass up his own shot to create a great look for a teammate.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Timberwolves lead by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, they've got George Niang. He's out there with Karis LeVert. Darius Garland is out there with Wade. And it's Jerome in at the 2.
Gritty bucket. Garland knows he's going to take contact, but does not back down.
Conley against Garland. Can't connect from short range. Cavaliers leading. Pass to LeVert. Over Ingles. No good off the back of the rim. And so it's Ingles with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Up next for him, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
And he's been a terrific point guard in this league for a long time. Mike Conley just knows how to play.
Now here's Wade. Pass to LeVert. Wade, a screen on Ingles. To the left side wing. Jerome, good. Jerome's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Both teams making substitutions here. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I listened in on what Chris Finch was talking about with his players. He asked his team to dig deep. He said, I know you're tired, but they're tired too. It's about who can give more than the other guy at this point. Show me what you can give. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. DiVincenzo passes to Randall. DiVincenzo with the screen for Randall. On the wing, DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Garland. The shot's good from DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Garland against DiVincenzo. It's to Gobert. Edwards with it. Over Mitchell. Bank shot. No good. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Edwards looking it over. Inside. And Gobert throws it down.
Well, when you need a bucket, you can go to Gobert. A high percentage scorer who doesn't waste his attempts.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Cleveland's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Allen. Money!
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Minnesota's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Here's Edwards. Rebound by Mitchell. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Count it!
And this is the time in the game when you want to go to your stars. Mitchell delivering.
Mitchell against Edwards. Got it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And the more experience Edwards gets, the better he'll become, especially when he's stepping up and hitting the big shots.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is taking care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And the Timberwolves call time. 19 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
19 seconds left in the fourth. For three, Edwards. Mobley with the rebound. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
DiVincenzo. Second personal foul. Second team foul. 2 shots. Darius Garland.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Taking care of business at the line, and he adds some cushion to their lead.
We see the Cavaliers get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that'll do it, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Donovan Mitchell.